All right, there we go. I didn't get my notification that we were on live. I got to make sure we're on live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning steam for Thursday, November 30th, an NFL football Thursday. And get ready for championship weekend. Big college football starting tomorrow with a couple of conference championship games and the big games all Saturday. It's going to be a great day. And FCS playoffs might be fun too. So, good morning to you guys. Thanks for coming in. See people coming in here, and we'll have a hockey centric show, I would think, with that huge card and NBA basketball today. And of course, we'll start with the big football game tonight, Seattle and Dallas. You guys ready for Thursday night action to get us rolling? No college ball, but that's all right. We'll enjoy the NFL, and we will preview college basketball tonight. A handful of games I got selected, maybe four or five, including those early start featured games. So just want to say hello to folks coming in. Let's put the date up, make sure we have that part of it right, and say hello to some folks. How'd it go yesterday in sports betting with NBA? How about the Lakers sending the Pistons? You got me, you guys. You got me on those big dogs yesterday. They were pretty weak. Man, the Lakers, how do they do it? They look like a team limping right now. They got to play tonight. We'll see. We'll talk about it. They look like a hurt team. How will that affect them tonight, man? The spot is right, but the team looks wounded despite their win in Detroit. Poor Detroit has lost all those games in a row. What is it, 15 now? Oh man, that's tough. Anyways, we did have some NBA winners yesterday, including Suns and Raptors under, Clippers and Kings over. Maybe you guys did better than I did in NBA. I didn't have a premium though, so if anything, it shows I wasn't comfortable there, but I could not come to terms with a premium pick in the NBA. So I guess that shows good, not great to come on here and not have some overly successful results, but maybe I knew what was going on. At least, hey, hockey, we had a premium winner, Red Wings and Rangers game to go under. And we gave out one in the Discord late too, Capitals and Kings yesterday. Yeah, Capitals got it on the puck line. We had that on the show, but gave out Capitals Kings under in the Discord. So I'll pop the Discord in there. We'll have some picks, I'm sure, in there today. And good college ball last night as well. More, hey, I could stand a little, do a little more ACC, SEC challenge. We were really uh, coming through on those games. Now that was our winning. Yeah, we lost that morning game, but I mean Tennessee, Carolina over. We had the winner. Virginia, we had the winner. We talked about how maybe A&M and Virginia. Talk about when Virginia games are going to go over and under, and you think of those two coaches with A&M and Virginia, and we ended up with the game and they barely scoring 100 points or whatever it was, but Virginia gets the convincing win. And we also had Colorado State on the show, got the money, and Arkansas as well. So college basketball, we are rounding into form for sure. Hello to in the chat. Who was here? Josh to open the doors first. And Ray was here as well. Gerardo's ready to go. Let's cover soccer for today real quick. We're in Europa action for the most part. In fact, there's a match right now going on with Maccabi in action currently, and uh, in conference play, certainly. Europa League play today. Got seven, man, more than that. Big time Europa schedule today. That's what our guys specialize in right there. Those type of cards for sure. So Brazil tonight as well. Mexican League action late last night. How about it? They'll be at it again tonight with action in the Mexican playoffs. My favorite league. What can I say? My favorite league. Maybe next to MLS, of course. I'm centric to the soccer over here, but we've got. I'll give them out, and the guys can maybe talk about it later tonight. Puebla and Tigres and Chivas and Pumas. Wow. Okay. Good action in Mexico. And yesterday's Champions League action got a little wild, didn't it? And I don't know if Fernando meant to say it or not, but I love it. That's what I'd call us. Nicholas is here today. Nathan's here. Thank you to Gerardo. Like I said, we'll cover it early. This is a chance to get our guys on here. And Maccabi just scored again over over Bredovik 2-0. All right. Yeah, Lake Show to crush. And that's funny, right? Because, hey, wow, hello to Bruce. Yeah, could you? So, Bruce, what happened in that one, right? I mean, I didn't preview that game on the air. And uh, I did take a bet on Florida State last night, and one of those where what even I thought, and I'm not one to put some wins in the win column too early, but that one looked pretty good. But nice to have you, Bruce. Really appreciate you, and good comment there about that game. All right, yeah, just scored. Yep. Okay, there it is. Oh, that's Gerardo's team. All right. Yeah, what are we going to do with tonight's card, right? We'll really have our work cut out for us to discuss it tonight and what direction you guys want to go, maybe on some of those games. So I'm ready to go on the NBA, but again, like I said last night, I'm really uh, trepidatious, I guess would be a term that I used for last night's NBA card. I just couldn't put a premium on the card. Now, we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see how everybody did. I'm on the leaderboard barely again, but again, we're building up winning streak right now, no doubt. Back to normal, I would say. That's what I'll call it. But let's take a look at the hot handicappers as that steam starts to roll in. You wouldn't believe what some of the steam, and just trying to work out some kinks with trying to get things back going in the Discord with the steam coverage. So, got to figure that out a little bit. All right. Oh, here we go. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, it was my boss, the VIP account with the winners here 3-0 yesterday. Good job, sir. And appreciate you. And 3-0 day. So winning day here for the VIP account. Hey, they're all VIP accounts, and you guys are our VIPs. How about all that? Ralph Raymond 4-2. Tiffany Mance 4-2. Good job to the team. Marlon Pettis won his only play. Nick Bartini won his only play, and I was 4-3. I started off really hot there with some of those college games, and then they turned on me a little bit. So we'll get it today, but still put on a winning show. And for the last week, that still keeps me as the hottest handicapper on the site at 67%. I can figure that out. Plus 984 units, Ron Crawford. Good speaking with Ron yesterday. We talked like I said, the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Why not get Ron and I? There you can count on a pretty good team. Ron, of course, known across YouTube for his spreadsheet play of the day and Twitter. Follow Ron on Twitter. You get the spreadsheet play of the day every day. So Ron up 7.5 units for the last 7 days. Marlon Pettis up 4 units, also 67%. Ralph Raymond, 60% over the last 7 days, and Everett Burton also at 67%. Over the last 30 days, it's Daniel Wolosichuk. He's up 16 units over the last 30 days. Sean Dinwiddie, King of Totals, up over 6 units. Joseph Schultz, Marlon Pettis, and Ronnie, they're in the green over the last 30 days at Tony's Picks. Click on the Premium Picks tab. There you'll find the picks from our handicappers. Hey, I'm going to give you some free winners. That's guaranteed right now up and down the network today. You'll also get winners from Mindy Hahn and Tiffany Mance on Midday Plays, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. Then after that, later, you'll get live programming from Tony with his predictive modeling show sponsored by the Rhythm app, and of course the drive through with the Pick Dogs crew, and that's at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Hey, you can watch it on either channel, but if you watch it on the Tony's Picks channel, that's the chat room that I hang out in, and talk to anybody who comes in there and let them know that they're part of the Tony's Picks family. But of course, you could watch the simulcast on either the Tony's Picks channel or the other channel as well. Hey, Tony T's got his Powerhouse Thursday Cash Mountain 3-pack, 2 in the NBA and the NFL game for tonight. Daniel Wolosichuk has a 3-pack in college basketball, and Nick is ready to roll with the action from Europa, including Olympiacos and Freiburg. He's got Haifa and Renai and Prague and Sheriff. Remember their great performances, man. Okay. Panathinaikos and Villarreal. Nick ready to roll today. Also bets from the crew, including those from Nick and Ben Ruhala. He's got the NFL game tonight. All right. Click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. All right, see who else is going to be rolling in here as we get to this great card, including Reginald Luker here today. And Blake is here. The Perk Man is here. And Matt D. All right. And let's see here. Okay, I think that's it. I think we get rolling. I think we got everybody covered here. And we'll get rolling with the NFL. Why not? That's where we're going to start. Maybe I'll cover. Maybe I can still cover a little college basketball later when we get to the college basketball segment. If anything caught your eye last night, other than those winners. And I think that's it. Oh, all the other breaking. I mean, I was interested in anyways. If I get my 2 or 3 minutes in here, San Diego State, new head football coach, and well, great job, San Diego State. Wow, big time hire here for them, bringing in former demoted offensive coordinator Jeff Lewis. Looks like. I don't know. Looks like Coach Prime let one get away. Yeah, things were falling apart and were a little bit disappointing there in Colorado down the stretch. But Lewis, certainly, he wasn't going to be out of a job for long. San Diego State ends up paying him the most they've ever paid a football coach, to the 37-year-old, $1.7 million. That's about, that's, I don't think that's average in FBS, but for San Diego State, that's more than Brady Hoke was getting paid, and they bring in Lewis here. We'll see. May not have moved the needle in San Diego. They maybe had to rah-rah it up a little bit with the press conference, and oh, Bruce, don't do that to my guy. I'm partial to the guy that's there now, but I understand Lewis will probably have his own man, and I don't want to see. Actually, I'd like to, man. If I hope that Coach Lindley finds a way onto this staff. It could be very, very beneficial to him as a young coordinator or offensive mind in college football. I think Lindley has a big future and maybe could get some great guidance from Lewis. Whether or not it can work for Lewis to, have someone uh, who might still be learning the ropes a little bit right now because they want to get back to that flash offense. They've already said they want it to look like that Kent State offense that Lewis had going there. So a hot young coaching prospect lands at San Diego State. It won't be his last stop, I wouldn't think. But San Diego State may have I don't want to say lucked into something here, but again, it looks like Colorado may have just let one get away here a little bit, and who knows what they're up to as far as long term with Sanders. So, okay, let's go into it here. Right, there's no doubt there were some points put up, but again, and they're not looking into the portal necessarily, Bruce, for um, help at quarterback. They have quarterbacks lined up now, lined in, four of them here. Um, in the San Diego State kind of range. Maybe they're up a little bit, but they need to. These guys will need to produce. Lewis said he feels like the county in general is a hotbed. He could find a prospect here, and we've already seen the top two prospects in San Diego leaving town to go to major schools, that being Julian Sayin of Carlsbad headed to Alabama, and Akili Smith of Lincoln High heading to Oregon, where his dad played. That's understandable too, but San Diego is a little bit of a hotbed with some good instruction out here. In the summer months as well, they are starting to produce quarterbacks here in San Diego. I must say, from my experience and knowledge. But that's my hometown, so I follow it closely. All right, and let's get into NFL football tonight with uh, two good teams, but the spread would tell you maybe we're in for a one-sided game tonight when the Seahawks take on the Cowboys on Amazon Prime. Uh, Home of NASCAR exclusive races this season, by the way. Just signed a contract here. Looks like there'll be some exclusive. It's going to be all over the place. But, anyways, the Seahawks and the Cowboys here. This spread's been on the rise, no doubt about it. With the Cowboys here, maybe based on there Smith might have a little bit of a hand injury still, right? Or what could this be based on? Are there other significant injuries, or are we just thinking that Dallas is just so hot right now? Kenneth Walker is the main concern, obviously, for the Cowboys. But again, I would contend that the Seahawks are plug and play at running back, and they have been so for for several years now. It feels like, I mean, right? They've even gone out and, picked up guys who have left the team and brought them back for a couple, just for stints. That's not happening here. I'm not suggesting, but uh, Walker, although maybe he has been, strong when he's been in there. Uh, Anyways, Will Disley is questionable. And Cowboys, just those long term injuries, I would think, are still of concern. But other than that, this line's just been on the move here. Up, what, uh, 2.5 points from the opener. Yeah, Cowboys are hot. See what we got here. And Werner says he just keeps laying big, he'll lay it whatever it is. He'll buy it up. He'll uh, take a little plus money here to lay some extra points, and maybe it'll happen again here today. Now, the Cowboys, we know that they've been covering numbers against, well, everybody. I mean, you want to say it's against the weaker teams, but they've covered five of their last six now, and uh, they've really blasted some of these teams. They're 15-5 in their last 20 games as a home favorite, including 5-0 this season, and also 17-12 their last 29 games against the spread, coming in off of a win. Rodney's got some great stats for us as well. And and that also, Rodney, that can tilt the fan, right? We've seen Prescott with prime time success, but he does say he does like the Seahawks. That maybe this spread, right? I don't know, Josh. This could be the year. It's what it feels like. Perky with a long one here. Seems like a spot that the Cowboys are the Cowboys. Money line with the Cowboys is his play. And says Pete's having drinking a little sauce. Well, only if he's got uh, some spiked chewing gum. Blake says he'll take the Seahawks here. Seahawks struggling right now on third down. I mean, that's when kind of like the disturbing thing for me right now. Reginald, Seahawks, and under. Can we talk about the prime time under a little bit? That's what you're. That's true, Josh. And they've even had chances in big games, and it still feels like they're chasing the Eagles at this point. But it's good to see the Cowboys in this type of position. But again, it does feel like a tax here tonight. I mean, we think of Seattle as being, kind of ultra competitive always, right? We're always going to give Carroll a little bit of, it feels like a benefit of the doubt, doesn't it? But the Cowboys with that great spread record this season. And where are why haven't the receivers been too great that, right? Gino's numbers are down from last year. He's 500. Solo says keep rolling it here. We can't talk for too long about these games, but I do want to get all of your comments in. Then I'm ready to pull the trigger and see what we're going to do with it. Because again, the Thursday night we're on the under train or whatever we're doing, right? The one thing I will say about the Thursday night games compared to the other games, the Monday night and the Sunday night, is the fact that um, the short week has caused a few more overs and unders. So for all the talk about the primetime under angle, it's been Thursday night that is not really going under. It's been like let's see what the latest is, but it's been pretty much a 500 proposition. Maybe it's under by a game or two now. Thursday night is now 6-6 this season. So it's Sunday nights, 10 unders and 2 overs. Monday night is 13 unders and 1 over. And why are these just, is it noise or is there something to it? Yeah, I think there is something to it. Always going to be bet up these primetime games a little bit, maybe by squares, give the sharps like you and me, a little bit to take these unders, right? And here it almost feels like we're dealing with an inflated number again. Unfortunately, tonight we've got two teams that I think might be able to put up some points. But the total, again, it just seems a little bit too high at 47.5 here. Ferner does like it over. Bruce says this is too many points. And you think Seattle is the type of team that could stay in. I mean, should stay in this game. There we go, you guys. Always got to have my pen. All right, I guess we better go. And yeah, maybe we'll have a better game than maybe we've talked about the games, right? Some of the games that have been A little bit better of late. Maybe they've just been more competitive. So we've been like, oh, you know what? These teams are just mediocre, but at least it's a competitive game. And so we've gotten some excitement, right? Even the last game was really ugly, but it didn't have a winner. No one knew what was going to happen. So right, maybe that Amazon money for Salty has been and again also um, they've been better games, Salty, but have they really been better played, right? And maybe Monday night they are stuck on some bad matchups. Again, we're going to start to see some little flexing action. I'm sure Thursday night. I don't think it's a possible flex, right? So, but the thing about because of the days, but I think what we've seen from the ugly Thursday, is like the short week, and that's why the overs. I didn't finish that thought, so that's why the overs happen on Thursday night is more so I think because the short week it certainly has to affect the defense a little bit here. I want to go over desperately in this game, but it just feels like that they're just still moving too high. This one does reek of like, oh, maybe when we've given out some unders, and I've felt like, man, this really is going to be an under. And we've seen some games that have stayed under by 7 to 10 points, right? I mean, look at the last one again. It seems like there's no hope just put any points on the board. This one, it doesn't feel. I mean, if it stays under, it's going to be like high 40, like low low 40s range. Like it's going to get there to 40s in the 40s. Uh, it feels like for sure tonight. Well, I do. Man, it's going to be close to this number. It just feels so high. Oh boy. All right, I guess you guys are done. I've got to pull the trigger here. So all right. For me, I'm going to end up taking the under in this one. I just got to be just a little bit too high. The Sharps, to me, they're on the over. I think they're going to I think they feel like I don't know if they're just playing numbers. And again, I'm just making it up. What do I think the Sharps are on? I think they're willing to press their luck here a little bit on this one. But I'm going to take the under at 47.5 here. And I'm picking this one on the fly. Well, I think I already know what I'm doing on the side, so it was really going to come down to giving out the total and being Mister Under. I guess it's a little bit too easy, and rolling with those trends. But I'm not throwing. I'm giving out a caveat here about what I think about these Thursday night totals, and that I do think this one has. I don't have any problem taking anybody wants to take the. Okay, Bruce. See, I don't know, Bruce. And again, I really appreciate you coming in. I think you've been with us a couple times before, right? This isn't your first time commenting, I don't think, is it? Nonetheless, I'm happy you're here, giving us some more comments to chew on. But again, I mean, I've made a living on these unders in NFL football this season. I mean, you can look at the handicapper profile history and see my list of unders. Um, I just feel like and Bruce says the Sharps may be pushing the total down. We haven't seen anything like that at this point, and um, are is Joe Average taking the over in this game? So, oh, great, Bruce, great. Yes, I mean, well, that's why I'm here because of that man. So he keeps it serious, and I'm kind of a serious guy. Yeah, we talk a lot of stuff here, but I think most people think I'm too serious in a way. So, okay, give me the under here. Even though I feel I'm disagreeing with Bruce a little bit on this. I feel like the Sharps are actually on the over here in this one, pressing this one higher right now. I don't think the public is. I don't know. I don't know the public. They go to their half. At least half don't even care about any trend at all. They aren't researching them. They're not listening. They don't care. They're watching games. Oh, Dallas and Seattle, I'm hitting the over on this. Maybe it's Joe Average pressing this one up. Maybe that knows. And Josh says nobody knows who any of these people are, right? And they people refer to them as sharps. And this is a philosophical thing here, right? So the sharps, are they those guys? Are they Ramon Scott? Are they the other guys on YouTube? Are they the guys on the network shows? Are they the guys who are perceived to be winners? Are they the guys who are professional handicappers for 25 years? I don't know either, right? I don't even categorize them. I categorize the sharps as I look at the line moves, the sharp line moves that are detected by the two line services. And you may call that noise. I call a line move real because the thing on the screen changes to the next number. That's not by mistake. There's either a man pushing a button there to say make the Cowboys 9 to 9.5, or they've looked at the money and said, well, we better move it to this side so we can attract action on this side. And that is what I determine is that one of these two services to determine it as a line move. And then I look at those line moves and see how those line moves perform. And that's how I determine who the sharps are on. I don't know who they are. I'm just saying that the sharp moves are created by uh, people who move the line. So, all right, Perky, thank you. Thank you. Right. Well, then you think I'm just talking a bunch of BS here. It sounds like. So, or let me see. The fictitious characters create illusions against what their professional team. Okay, you lost me at the end there. But I believe line moves are real because you can't go to the book and say it's not 7.5, sir. You can't move the line. All right, that's it. And let's move on. That's my play. Enjoy the game tonight. We got a good one. We got a good one on Amazon tonight. Hope we covered it. Let's get to the NBA now. And we got a great card of NBA. Hey, when is the uh, quarterfinals for the in-season tournament? Do we have to wait another? No, it's Monday and Tuesday. So get ready for Monday and Tuesday night. The in-season tournament quarterfinals happen on Tuesday night. So we won't have to wait too long at all to see those four matchups. All right, let's get started here with Trailblazers and Cavaliers. Oh, the Cavs are up to a 12-point favorite now, and the total is moving down here this morning to 218. So definitely seeing more action on the Cavs. It does feel like this might be a spot where we could get a blowout here. As much as, like I said, I mean, um, I'm supporting the Blazers here a little bit for sure. Like I said, I think they're a good young team. I think maybe they'll start to get some points. Maybe this is a moment where they are getting enough points here to consider um, in this one. I mean, they've definitely done their share of covering numbers so far this season. 6-4 against the spread on the road against this Cleveland team that's often been overrated. They're 3-6-1 against the spread at home, and 3-7-1 against the spread as a favorite. So Portland's actually been getting the money here a little bit in spots like these. For the Cavs, they've gone under in 6 of their 10 home games so far this season, and Portland has gone under in 10 of their 17 games so far this season. The widely reported Steam did come in here on the under in this one. They took under 220, so I think that might have been the cause of the move. Cleveland, Portland's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. All right, too many points, says Chad here. Ray says under 218 in the Cavs game, right? Or is that also thrown in the Cavs? I think it's just the Cavs game, the way you're describing it there. And I see this, move uh, going the 2 point move to the under here, and I wasn't necessarily buying it. I mean, I know they were coming in early, but to me, the sharps, Berkey, are starting to come in back on the over now, and I think it's creating some value here. We've seen a few unders here from these guys, but I think if the Cavaliers are going to blow somebody out, and again, you think of the Cavs as a defensive team. There's no doubt about it. But I'm going to lay the points with the Cavs here. That's what I'm going to do. Cavs in a blowout for me. Look, I do like Portland moving forward. Um, Josh says they could cover it. I'm taking the favorite here in this one. Right, Chad. The other day we were talking about how all the games were close, or was that football? All right, Pacers and Heat here. NBA action for Thursday with the Heat favored by, no, I'd say two or so. Looking at this one, mostly two. I'm going to do show some 1.5. I show a 2.5 out there. So I'll just call it two. That's right in the middle. And so far, man, you got to think. I mean, the Pacers have been the team, pretty much getting numbers here. It feels like to me right now. I know Miami's had a pretty good run in this series. They've won 18 of the last 25 meetings between the two, but the Heat, they're just 1-5 against the spread at home so far this season. Now, maybe they were laying a few more points. 1-5 against the spread so far at home this season. Maybe they were laying a few more points. Obviously, this one's supposed to be one of those wild, high-scoring games here. These two teams have been putting up some points so far this season, but at home, Miami's been going under, right? Well, 3 of their 6 games have gone under. We know it's the Pacers that have created all this over hysteria, going over in 12 of their last 13 games. They're 14-2 to the over so far this season, including 6-0 as an underdog to the over so far. So, are the Heat the type of team to slow them down? They're not a massive under team, but they have been going under certainly. You guys do have some plays here, it looks like. And Chad says it's the Pacers easy here. Fernando says the Pacers. He also says the under. That's what the steam came in on. The steam came in on the under. Like this situation isn't necessarily going to be suited for that big time over. And like I said, the sharp steam, if you will. What am I listing it at on screen? Let me see that. 239.5. It's probably under that. And let me just update that because I think I'm going to end up taking the under here. And I'll just call it 238. I don't think we're seeing 238s out there just yet. But I think we might be headed there. It feels like the sharps are going under, actually, whoever they are. Let me see exactly. So I'm on the under here in this one at 238 for my play here on the show. Uh, yeah, remember Pacers, you talk about the wild under streak that they've been on. Last game, they went under. It was that game against Portland. They went for 224 points. It was at Indiana, and they were a 12-point favorite in that one. Lost the game, remember. See what you're saying. Portland disaster on the road. Remember, Portland won that game, right? 114 to 110 back on Monday night, was it? So, all right. Yeah. right, Chad? When they play that, you ever been, anybody, or you could hear it in the back. Do they still do that, or am I just thinking back in the old playoff days? Do they still play the? Maybe I don't listen to sound as much anymore, and I don't realize it. Do they still play the auto racing noise during the game? Like that was like one of the things at the arena, right? Ray will go under. Chad says no, not yet. They still are, cooking here with these totals. Brent says no, it's going down here. It's going to start going under now. Here says Brent. And easy fade here for Chad at home. Yeah, are the Pacers kind of, you know, they're like I said, they're covering some numbers. Certainly, 4-2 is an underdog so far, so they might be worth a look here. I mean, these teams have virtually the same record, right? Miami's a game ahead of them right now, and I'll take the under. Here we go with the Pistons and the Knicks. And a big favorite here against a team that's lost 15 in a row. But, for a team that's lost 15 in a row, well, I don't even want to say because they haven't been. They haven't been competitive. They haven't been covering spreads either. So I can't really say that. It's just that they have some moments. It's a hard watch. I'll admit it. All right. The Knicks have been beaten up on this team too. Last 5 meetings, they have won the game and covered 4 of them. There was a push. Haven't met yet this season. Knicks here 13.5 and the total 218. Total has gone over in Detroit games so far on the road. 6 of their 9 games have gone over for the Knicks. They've been an under at home. 5 of their 8 home games have gone under. Pistons have gone over in 11 of 16 games as an underdog, and the total's gone over in 9 of their last 13 games so far this season. The widely reported steam in this game did come in on the Pistons and the under. Here's Chad. He says the Knicks should win this one by 25 points. Oh. And Ray says he's got over 218 in this one. Yeah, well, it's funny because this game, I think the general opener was about 221. There was an opener, kind of a rogue opener that was even higher, but it's been a steady push to the under. I think I don't know. I kind of trust the old sharps in this one. I'm showing sharp moves outweighing the on the under. Coming in at about a 2-1 pace. So that's what I determine to be. So when I say the sharps are on them, it seems like 2 out of every 3 sharps are on the under. That's how I determine who I think these fictitious people are on. Fernando, he's got the Knicks and the over here in this one. And I think Thomas is saying if it's the Pistons, it's a pass. Chad would need 20, he says here. Well, that's right. He says they'll win by 25. That would be a premium, sir, I think. John Holland here today says, take the Knicks. Let's lay these points. And the Knicks have been covering. We know they've been covering numbers. They're 8-3 as a favorite as well against the spread. It's all I can do. What is this, Josh? Teams should force teams to forfeit the season when they're so bad. Oh, wow. Oh. And Perky, Elon Musk is a sharp. Where did that come from, Perky? Actually, I don't know if he's kidding or not. but I was watching that interview yesterday with Elon Musk. And you know what he said? Because you know how we all say, oh, follow Ramon on X. Where follow Ramon on X, or is it Twitter? And you know what Elon said? Uh, he said, uh, one thing about posting on Twitter, or I mean X, even he said Twitter first and then corrected himself to say X in a way. All right. Anyways, I'm going to take the points with the Pistons. Come on. Nobody wants the Pistons. I'll take them. I'm going to take the Pistons all these points today. Nick's looking for a spot to walk through something here. And what did Josh say now? I've never been a point spread. Why? Because your bet not only have to win but cover a point spread. It's great, no doubt, Josh. Sometimes money line, there are money line exclusive players, and I like that. I just like to have everything in my arsenal. And here, of course, we're always going to kind of give out the closest thing to 110s as we can. It just makes for a better show. But again, like I said, if I'm recommending a team to win a game, I mean, they should be covering numbers. They should be getting it done on the money line. Even the dogs are going to be worth a sprinkle sometimes. So, all right. And this is a Chad challenge number 1. He'll take the Knicks, and I'll take the Pistons. See, here it is, Chad challenge, right? I mean, you got the Knicks playing some of their best ball they have in years. And the Pistons run a 15-game losing streak. Oh, it's so easy, Chad. I'll take the Pistons. I'll take the money line. Who knows? All right, I'll take the Pistons on these points to get in there and try real hard, Pistons. And the soft spot for the Knicks. Can they walk through this game and not cover a big number? Because, after a while, this is pro basketball. So let's keep it going here with the Hornets and the Nets. And another big number here with the Nets favored against the Hornet. I think one thing that, certainly stands out for me right now with the Hornet situation, I mean, you can look at some injuries, how they affect teams. I think LaMelo Ball going out is a huge problem moving forward for this Hornets team. It looks like it's going to be at least 3 weeks without Ball. We're already seeing this total get slammed down here to whatever it is. 224.5 now. On some widely reported steam, some sharp action here in this one with the Hornets and the Nets, because it doesn't feel real great right now to me for Charlotte moving forward. Now, they've been a big time over, we know that, but again, I think it's because of the type of game that Ball brings out there pretty much every time. I mean, he's a little bit of a wizard, a little bit of a magician, no matter how you look at it, and can get the ball into players very quickly, no matter how bad of a season it's been so far for Charlotte. I'm probably a little higher on him than most. Brooklyn's owned this series pretty good. They've won the last 5 straight meetings. Brooklyn has covered 7 of their last 8 games at home. They're 8-1-1 against the spread so far at home. Charlotte is not covering numbers right now with just 2 wins in their last 10 games. Charlotte's gone over in 10 of their last 14 games. They've also gone over in 6 of their 7 road games so far this season. And let's see if you guys are on this one. All right, let's see. Oh. Timmy Tushu asking about the players resting, and I can't sit here and defend what was going on yesterday. And I apologize. Like I said, I try to be in the chat, and I know that I am fast on the injuries. Anybody who has the notifications on, and maybe that was my fault yesterday not getting the Embiid news out there by the time it reached my desk, because I was yeah, having some dinner and taking care of some stuff. But by the time it reached my desk, the news was too late. I'm not going to throw an injury and report out there that you know, when I'm 30 minutes late. Hopefully, you got other things too, but when I'm available, I'm definitely
System
going to
play.
put the information in as fast as I can into our Discord. But yeah, a little bit more late ones there. Here's Ferner says he likes the Nets, and I like the Nets too tonight. To get the blowout here again. I think that it's going to be trouble without Ball in there, and even though I just talked about
Final.
the Hornets going over so much, here's the Nets and the Nets minus the points. It sounds like here. This is
Team
Fernando and
play.
I are looks like we're completely in tune here for the most part. Looks like to me. All right, yeah, I'm the broken clock here, Chad. All right, give me the Nets here in this one. Got to keep this show moving with so many games today. So let's talk about the Hawks and the Spurs here with the Hawks on the road. In this one, favored here by 7.5, maybe 8 now. No, so yeah, there's an 8 out there now at Very Square Offshore Book. So the actions looks to be on Atlanta here a little bit today. It looks like, and it's you want to give the Spurs the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they can get the money here in some of these games as a home dog. Why not? But this might not be a bad spot for the Hawks here, actually, to get a big road cover. Um, right now, Atlanta's uh, in a pretty okay spot as far as here because San Antonio doesn't seem to cover very well right now. They're just 3-6 against the spread at home this season, and 5-11 against the spread as an underdog. But Atlanta hasn't been covering, really either. They are 2-7 against the spread as a favorite, but 4-5 against the spread on the road. So these are really some negative options. The Spurs here's the thing. The Spurs, they've been uh, look, obviously pretty good. This sample goes back a dozen years at least, but the Spurs have owned the Hawks. Now, a lot of times the Hawks have been down. Yeah, they've had some decent teams, and the Spurs have been really good. The Spurs have won 22 of the last 25 meetings against Atlanta at home. Uh, that's like they play once a year. So it is a little bit of a trouble spot for the franchise, but certainly in the past, maybe the Spurs obviously were better. Last couple of years, we know the Spurs have been going down, but Ray likes the over in this one. It's one of those wild overs, and even I'm going to have a hard time not playing the over. Uh, you know, it feels like to me, but here's Fernando. He wants to go over. So I do note a little bit of. Let me see if it's even. God, it's up to 247 now. Hmm. All right, Lazy Love. Hawks for Ray. Does Thomas? Is it this game, Thomas? You want to check the injury report, or did I miss the game? I saw you guys talking about uh, Jimmy buckets earlier, and we're just not sure about Jimmy, right? That ankle. So
System play.
didn't mean to brush over on that, but I just don't know if I had much to add to it. I think we're looking for Jimmy at a possible game time decision. So I think that was a little bit reflected in the line. So, anyways, was it this game with Atlanta and San Antonio? Um, Wembanyama is questionable for the game tonight. And Sohan is probable, so that's good news. But yeah, you want Wemby in there. Or I didn't know if you were talking about Hornets and the Nets game. Obviously, to me, Ball was the big injury in that one. But okay. What else? Any more comments on this one? Here. Okay, got it. Fernando says, "Give me the Spurs on the money line." He says this is a great spot. Try to score here with Atlanta. Um, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. In the, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it here. I think with Atlanta tonight. Okay. The Bucks and the Bulls here with the Bucks on the road laying the points, laying 8 points, and maybe even 8.5 now. I'm showing this line continues to go up. Yeah, 8.5 right here on screen currently. Total is at 227.5. With the Bucks here, the widely reported steam has come in on the over on this one. Milwaukee, they've covered 5 straight games on the road. And, they're usually going to be, favored. For anybody who's kind of, we had questions about the Bucks. We were wondering, is this going to work? Is the defense broken? Seems like they're starting to turn it around. Yeah, they're favored by too many points. I know that quite often, but they've started to cover some spreads of late. They are 5-4 against the spread on the road. They're not underdogs too often. We know that they've been an underdog once so far this season, so they're always laying points. This doesn't feel like a like a totally awful spot for them. Chicago's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Milwaukee's been a pretty big over team so far this season. They've gone over in 11 of their 17 games as a favorite and 6-3 to the over on the road. But I will mention 8 of the last 10 in this series has gone under. Fernando says, take the under here. And Furnace says, this feels like the spot I want to take the Bucks. Chad says the Bucks roll. I feel like the Bucks are gonna roll. I mean, even I took losses with the Bulls early. Here's what do we got with Ray says give me the over in this one. Josh says can't trust the Bucks laying too many points right now. And that does feel like the case to a certain extent, but Fernando's going to lay it with the Bucks, and well, I'm probably going to lay it with the Bucks here. Um, like maybe those spreads are starting to come into range here a little bit. Josh is on the Bulls here. He said, again, Bucks probably just laying too many points is what's been going on here. But unfortunately, the Bulls are just not covering any numbers. The Bucks are starting to get numbers. Maybe that spread's coming into range finally. Yeah, maybe we're paying a little bit of a tax here. It was as low as 7.5. So, all right. Here's the Jazz and the Timberwolves tonight. And the Timberwolves, a big favorite here at home. Laying that number's wrong, right? Yeah. Let me correct that. It's I just have the wrong spread up there. I think the next game is that looks like the Thunder spread. So we just missed it. Timberwolves are 10.5 and 221. There we go. There we go. Because I don't know. I know everybody wants to, bag on the Jazz at this point, and yeah, I don't, I like Markkinen. I think he's a big time, I think he's a scorer here, but he's out right now. Ray says he's already ready to roll with the Wolves. Who've been doing, hey, if we've got a situation where one team is getting some numbers here, it's Minnesota at home, 7-1-1 against the spread at home. Utah 2-7 against the spread on the road. I, yeah, that's a lot of points. Yeah, Minnesota, are they pretty awesome? Are they a great defensive team, right? A really strong defensive team right now? So Fernando says he wants to lay it tonight. Why wouldn't you? But I don't know. I kind of want to grab the points and just take my chances here in this one with double digits. And right here's Chad says right now, and there's no doubt Anthony Edwards is doubtful for tonight's game. And I think everyone is agreeing these days that Anthony Edwards is I don't know, where are we going to put him? Certainly a top 10 player in the league, right? Maybe even a little higher. I mean, who's carrying this national team? Anyways, some other Jalen Clark, he's out with a sore Achilles. You don't want to have that. But again, Markkinen out as well. I mean, Edwards is down. That's 25 or 26 points right there. Markkinen down 25. No, I don't think he's out. Was he have 23 or 24 points? So you have two top scorers. And you know what they always say? Oh, okay, that's 50 points, but someone on the bench will come up and score. No, someone on the bench, two or three players will not combine for 50 points. And maybe they'll get 41 or 42, right? It seems like, but okay, Jazz are awful. I'm taking the Jazz. Fernando says going over. I don't know. I'm probably on the under in this one. What's Rodney saying? Take the Wolves on the alternate run line, even. He says lay 12, 13, 14, and says last night. That's all you got. That's all you got to do is look at what happened last night with the Jazz. They couldn't even beat the Memphis Grizzlies, and they had trouble scoring. And we always wondered why they kept with the Jazz, right? I mean, you think of Salt Lake City, and actually, they have quite good Jazz in Salt Lake City. Maybe it wasn't appropriate to call them that. But remember, they just moved the team from New Orleans to New Orleans Jazz. It made perfect sense. Utah Jazz, not so much. I'll take the Jazz tonight. I just hope, if the score is going to be low, again, it's 221. Timberwolves supposed to be playing much better. They're the ones playing these lows right now. Utah, Minnesota, right? We think of the defense right now. Still, they're just 50-50 over under for the most part. 9 overs, 8 unders actually. 4 and 5 to the under at home. But Utah's gone under now in 5 straight. This series, though, in Minnesota, 4 last 5 meetings, and these are regular opponents. These are, multi-time per year opponents. 4 last 5 meetings have gone over in Minnesota. Minnesota's won 12 of the last 14 meetings, and they have won 9 of their last 10 at home. On the Jazz. Okay, so the Lakers are taking on the Thunder here tonight with the Thunder. This one is down to 6, I think, maybe even 5.5. This feels like the game where this feels like the LeBron rest. I mean, the Lakers have to be beaten up right now. They won the game last night against Detroit. They look like a totally wounded team here coming in. Now, that are they, should be able to compete with the Thunder? Yeah. But look, the Lakers are playing well. And the Thunder here are still now the Thunder's playing well. We know we love the Thunder. Woohoo, Thunder! They should change their logo to a dollar sign, probably. But Lakers have been getting, they've been getting some spreads. They've been winning games. We know that. I mean, uh, Lakers winning 7 of their last 10 right now, looking pretty good. But this game, they just feel, oh man, it feels like they're just limping in here. Like, and will we see guys out of the game here for the Lakers eventually? This, you know, feels like the rest game to me. I thought we were supposed to know before. Look, those guys aren't even on the report today, so maybe they will be in there. But LeBron, that calf, how is he going to play tonight? Honestly, really, after looking at what was going on last night, I know they need these guys in there, and maybe they will be in there tonight. Lakers have always done pretty well here in Oklahoma City. They've won 5 of the last 6 trips into OKC. OKC has covered 5 of their last 6 games at home. They're 6-2 as a favorite so far this season, and they're laying it here. But man, it doesn't feel like this is a great spot for the Lakers. All right, let's see what we got here. I thought they would gas out last night. This is a back-to-back, All right.
System playing.
Chad, I think I'm just wrong on. I think more so I'm wrong on the Kings though too. Look. I think we're going to see the Clips. Well, let's get to that game in a moment. All right. Chad, let's see. Yeah, and look, usually those guys are on the injured list, and really they're not at this point. But not just the stars, right? I mean, the Lakers look just wounded here. I don't think they can compete in this game. I think it's going to be a blowout with the Thunder. It feels like widely reported steam came in on the over in this game. Total has gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings in this site between these two teams, and that total was as low as 227.5, and now it is 233. So maybe the Stars are in, but all right. Just gonna look at one more thing here and I think you guys know what I'm doing. I just didn't want to necessarily. Okay, Thunder here for Ray. Yep. And Rodney says, "Take the Thunder." I will. I'll be on the Thunder here. Looks like, Jamal's here. Where you been, Jamal? Oh my gosh, great to see you, man. All right. Anyways, so unless the way I looked at the game last night, I mean, look, great job, Lakers. Way to crush them. That really stomped them. And Pistons were bad, no doubt, but. I'm kind of like you guys. I was waiting for the shoe to drop a little bit on the Lakers. Not they were going to blow that lead, but okay, we can talk about the Clippers now if you want. With what you were saying, so I think I just maybe I got bought into the Kings a little bit too early. Maybe you guys are right. The interior play, they need more. Will they make a deal? Who knows? But I also think that team chemistry here Eh, I don't know if it's good vibes necessarily that the Clippers can get something together and cover. So it feels like, uh, getting everybody healthy was kind of key, right? Getting everybody into the lineup for the Clippers was key here, maybe. Uh, uh, After the slow and sluggish start, where they had to kind of step on it just to recover here a little bit. So, one thing that was a little bit Norman Powell left that last game, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, Chris Paul is out of tonight's game, as is Gary Payton for the Warriors. So, okay, for the Clippers, uh, let's see here. They've gone under in 7 of their last 9 games right now, and, they've also gone under in 11 of 17 games so far this season, but as an underdog, 2 overs and 2 unders, and Golden State's been mostly an over team of late. Golden State has won the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams, when the Warriors have been at home. And the total has also gone under in 5 of the last 6 meetings when Golden State is the home team. The widely reported steam has come in on the Clippers, and it's also come in on the over here. That despite the fact that this total had an opener of as high as 233 and a half, but generally the opener was around mm, 227, I would say. So it's actually gone up. Your comments about the game. And Perky says the Clippers, he thought they looked sharp in the game against the Kings. And Ray is going to lean the Clippers here. Thomas says Harden. And again, I mean, I'm in a love hate relationship almost with him, but I think as the season goes along, I start to like Harden more, right? It feels like it's all on Harden to a certain extent. Great points from Chad. Says, Warriors, they're not getting numbers at home, right? You're right. 08 and 1. 08 and 1. They haven't covered a spread yet at home. And Chad says he'll take the Clips. And Josh will take the challenge here, looks like. Looks like Josh is just aiming for Chad a little bit. Well, if he is, I mean, he's going to be on the losing end here. I've lost 15 of the last 17 to him or something. All right. Let's go ahead and make the call here. It feels like on this one, look, reported steam has kind of come in on the over here. It does feel like that's the way it's going to go for me. And I'll probably still take the Clippers here. The Warriors aren't covering anything. So, but what's going to be the call? All right, let's go. Let's go double play. Let's do it. I'm going to go Clippers and over tonight in the late game. Clippers and over for me. I'm doing both. Okay, that's it for the NBA. Thanks for. Hopefully, we get those right. And because yesterday I had a couple losers. All right, let's get rolling. This hockey card is big, and we've got I want to finish it if we can in 30 minutes here, please. With these matchups, it's huge card, and we'll just try to go through the picks here as quickly as we can. Of course, we'll give out a few numbers and a few trends moving along. But let me make sure I got the steam up and ready. And let's start it off with and make sure we got these goalies going too. All right, here we go with the Blackhawks here against the Red Wings, and the Red Wings laying a pretty big number here, 220-ish today, maybe down to 210, maybe even 200. Maybe there's been some folks on the Blackhawks here today, and could the Red Wings really cover a big number like this? Chicago's been hard trying. Think of that uh, effort last night and what we saw, or no, last 2 nights ago. But Lion in goal here, Soderblom for the Blackhawks, and the total is at 6.5 now, shaded to the under. In fact, man, it's really starting to come in hard on the under here. It looks like that's where I better get on it now. It feels like to me. I like the under. I also was thinking, in fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blackhawks in this one, plus a goal and a half. It might be a little bit of minus. Oh gosh, minus $1.45. Well, what can you do? I'll take the Blackhawks here, minus $1.45 in this one. Chicago's covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings in this series. You do have, let me see. Whoops. There we go. Had the wrong game up, but Detroit has covered 5 straight puck lines, but let me see as a favorite here. They're not too swift, right? 1-3 so far as a puck line favorite for Detroit. So this is only the 4th time so far in 20 games, 5th time in 20 games that they've been a puck line favorite for Chicago. I mean, we know that it's been a little rugged, certainly with a 7-13 record, but they are 50-50 proposition on the puck line here. So I'm going to look to take the Chicago here in this one on the puck line. But maybe you got a clue there what I was saying about the under. Now, granted, Chicago has gone over in 5 of their last 6 on the road. The series has gone over in 4 of their last 5, but you see the pretty stiff move on the under, and I think that's how the Sharps are playing it, if you know what I mean. And that'd be great, Josh. We'd be rich. Yeah, that juiced under. Yeah, maybe salty. Maybe I'm going maybe a little bit safe. Is it safe? I don't know. Um, it just doesn't. $2 for Detroit right now. Hello, Howard. Yeah, we'll go to some college hoops, Reginald. I've got some great games lined up, 4 or 5 of them for sure. And Josh here. Josh, there's a couple ways to look at it. I mean, uh, in general, we think of like where like wow, these are just all great, but books, sharps, whoever they are, even me, right? The numbers are always going to be kind of like, believe it or not, everyone's kind of on the same page to a certain extent, and um, bookmakers are very, very sharp. There's also a couple of, maybe one company in particular that kind of issues out a line to a certain extent, and it's kind of massaged into place a little bit, usually in a room at a sports book. Also, uh, but odds makers will talk about it and also start to look at the first books that are willing to release the lines, and a lot of them just copy the lines to a certain extent, or maybe formulate the line and put their slant on it. Maybe they, you know a book likes a certain side. There could even be regional biases to a certain extent now with legalization in all of these states. I mean, all the bookmakers are doing their own, it's not like some big conglomerate pool that we're all putting the money in like a parimutuel system, right? Exchange betting is the wave of the future, and hopefully that will take place one day. That's where you would go to a marketplace online that might be supported by uh, not as many bookmaker or but where the line would be determined by the people. For example, Josh and I might have a disagreement on a game, and we could just bet together, and maybe instead of putting up 100 and the winner getting back, just 90 or something, exchange wagering will, since it will be so computer based, the take by the books would be drastically reduced. And that would also keep more people in the game longer because the juice gets to the average player. Remember, technically, if you were just flipping your coin like average player will, you're going to run out of money. After just uh, uh, a few weeks, or well, if you're betting the same amount over and over, you're going to lose that 5%. We always say 10%, right? Because it's 11 to 10, 909%. But remember, you're also going to win half your games where you're not paying the uh, juice, right? To a certain extent, you pay your 11, you get your 10 back. We know that, right? But you're going to win one, you're going to lose one. So that was a great question. Okay, Red Wings puck line here for Fernando and the over. Yep, just like that, Ferner. Hello to Mike today. All right, I'm going to take the Blackhawks there. All right, here it is. What are we going to do? I know you guys want to talk about this one for 5 minutes. Boston, are they 525? Maybe it's come down here a little bit, but Bovada's 575. So either way, you're 475, 550, whatever it is, it's a massive spread. Remember the Blackhawks, the Sharks now are 0-9, or is it 0-8? Whatever it is, they haven't covered a puck line on the road yet this season. If you're just joining us for the first time, that means they've lost by 2 goals or more in every game so far this season on the road. No wins, 9 losses on the puck line. Boston, you'd think about as strong as they've been, they are 9-9 as a puck line favorite. They're 12-9 on the puck line. They actually were the puck line dogs in 3 games so far this season. San Jose has gone under in 7 of their 8 games so far on the road this season, and under in 16 of their 22 games. Boston, they've kind of been 50-50 as far as over-unders are concerned this season. And as a at home for 5 of their 9 games have gone under. So I don't know if there's too much to read into that. Boston has been crushing these guys. No surprise when they play. They play twice a year. So maybe this is the spot. I feel like you just gotta lay the Bruins until further notice. You just do it against the Sharks until further notice. It feels like to me. So maybe it's square. It's $1.75. What can you do? You can only take one or the other. Maybe this will be the spot that the Sharks show up and grab that $4 for you, but there doesn't seem to be any indication that this is, to me, a soft spot here for the Brew, if there is one. There are, plenty of sharps willing to come in here on the Sharks today. I show it maybe just maybe the sharps are just a little bit on San Jose actually by a slight margin. But again, sharps, here's the thing. We think of those sharps playing. You'd be surprised how much chalk sharps actually. Yes. Do they take big dogs? Yes. Could they take the Sharks here? Yes. Could they also take the Sharks plus 2.5 goals here? Yes. Um, Sharks will the sharps. You can say that whatever sharps will lay $5. They will. They will do it all. They will go everywhere, and that's what I'm not sitting here saying it because I mean I'm a grinding professional. It's tough, man. I mean, this has been a total great experience over the last several years to go going in this direction. But um, I'm out there too. I'm laying it. I'm taking it. Okay. Anyways, let's take the Bruins here though and lay it at $1.75. What can you do? But as I said, if this is the spot for the Sharks, no indication that it's not the spot, but just the stats don't add up right now. They're just not getting it done. Kraken and Maple Leafs in this one with the Kraken here getting $1.60 or so, $1.50 here. Toronto 11 6 and 2 coming into this one, and Seattle with an 8 10 and 3 record, starting to show some signs here to me a little bit. When I see them playing good on the road, maybe here, but it still feels like a little bit of edge here, just a high price to me to be considering the Maple Leafs right now. Sharks are a 500 proposition so far on the road this season, but either way, I'm probably going to have to take Seattle in this one. Seattle is 9-3 on the puck line so far this season on the road. It's only $1.55 here. It's wow. I mean, it's almost as cheap as the Blackhawks, and the money line is 30 cents less. So let's go ahead and take the Kraken. Did I say that right? I don't even know if I said it right. I'll take the Kraken here in this one plus a goal and a half at minus $1.50 or whatever it is, $1.55, maybe even $1.60. I'll try Seattle here. And that total, let me get a little bit of information. The total is going up here. Uh, I'm probably not interested in the over. Got to be honest with you. I'm probably not interested in the over. These two teams have been going under right now for a good 2 weeks in practically every game, it feels like. What are the trends on that? Okay. Toronto's gone over in just one of their last 10 games. Seattle has gone over in just three of their last 10 games. Now, Toronto at home has been a big time over so far this season. Five of their last six have gone over at home. Seven of their last 10 have gone over at home. And Seattle's gone over in seven of their 12 on the road, including five straight. And maybe that's what people are feeling, but um, right now these teams are not scoring that many goals of late. It feels like Seattle has covered 8 of their last 9 puck lines on the road. All right. And comments from you include Fernando on the Kraken and the over. So it looks like we're going against them. So Salty says it was 2.5 last night. Now it's 1.5. Now here's the thing. I mean, you can always, or I don't know, Salty, what books maybe like I go to a book where you can really take either, and the line is not going to be that. Yeah, maybe sometimes if games are a little bit closely rated, it can be a little bit of variance between the price of the two, but usually the price for 1.5. Like for example, let me quote this game here right now with these two teams. We can talk about this real quick because it is a factor, I think, with some of these Sharks games. So we know the Sharks are plus 1.5. This is a bad example because of talking about because we're trying to talk about the Kraken game here. But the Sharks game, for example, plus 1.5, plus 165 for San Jose, and plus 2.5 for San Jose is minus 115. So a lot of times, some books will just list the price that is closest to Pick'em as their main uh, puck line odds. So, for example, it might be more appropriate to just say this is a 2.5 because that's what it is. I'm talking about the Bruins game now and really going back to it. 2.5 is the line, and it's like a pick 'em at 2.5, pretty much as a pick 'em. And that's probably the way it should be looked at. But in just most books, it goes by 1.5. And again, most books should have a 2.5 listing for you. All right. Well, this is about the Kraken and the Leafs, and I'm taking the Kraken plus a goal and a half. Okay, we have the Devils and the Flyers here in this one with Vanacek, and Hart. And the Devils are favored here on the road at $1.40, $1.50 right now. Let's see. It is currently at $1.35, $1.40 for the most part. So definitely down a little bit. Move to Philly here. They've been the team that's been playing okay, no doubt about it. And this has been a pretty good series for Philly, actually. Of late, they've covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5 games here at home against the Devils. Now, New Jersey has been, we know, a pretty strong over team right now. They have gone over in 9. Let me see here. They've gone over in 15 of 20 games so far this season, but the Flyers have gone under in 9 of their last 10 games. And New Jersey, they've gone over in 12 of 17 as a favorite, but the Flyers have gone under in 13 of 18 as a dog. So you have some conflicts of interest here. But again, New Jersey, uh, they've been a massive over, and over on the road where the Flyers are just 5-6. So we talk about all this run of unders, but at home the Flyers have gone under in just 6 of 11 games thus far. But I think getting plus money here, I'm probably going to want to take the Flyers in this one. They seem to, play pretty well against New Jersey. And I'll just probably take them on the money line at plus $1.15. Maybe we get a little bit better at a sharp book. But I will take the Flyers here in this one. And that's saying something. Mike's on the Devils. And I think Ray's on the Devils as well. Those are usually the emojis I get late at night, but not from Ray. All right. Penguins here and Lightning. And yeah, Vasilevsky. I mean, that's been the news with the Lightning, I think, here is the return of Vasilevsky to the lineup. And that's good news, certainly. But the Penguins, continue to impress here, I think, for the most part. Yeah, they're just a 500 club, but let's see. They won 5 of 9 on the road, and against Tampa Bay, they've done pretty well to cover the puck line in 5 of their last 6 meetings against the Lightning. Lightning are 6-2 at home so far this season. Pittsburgh certainly has been an under team right now, 2-5 to the under as an underdog, but this series has been usually an over series every time. They've gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings, and 12 of the last 15 meetings here in Tampa Bay have gone over between these two clubs. Pittsburgh has gone under in 5 straight. So I'm kind of want to take a shot here, I think, with Pittsburgh on the road. Look, I see these, you know, games for Pittsburgh going under right here. They're going to need to get some goals here tonight, obviously. Vasilevsky want to see a little bit more, get back, get acclimated. I'm not looking to, angle on Vasilevsky here necessarily, but I just want to take a plus price here tonight with Pittsburgh. Like I said, this just has been an okay series here for Pittsburgh of late. They have won 4 straight games against Tampa Bay. They won 5-4 here last year. They won 5-1 here last year, and they scored 13 goals against the Lightning in their 2 home games last season against the Lightning. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this one. Here's the Panthers on the road, over $2 favorite here against Montreal, 6.5, maybe shaded, starting to shade to the under here a little bit. Florida has dominated Montreal in the past. They've won 8 of the last 9 meetings against my Habs, and doesn't feel like a real good matchup here, quite frankly, for Montreal. With Primo in goal here tonight. This series has often produced a lot of goals, and I don't know, no reason to think that Florida's not going to go in there and score goals tonight, it feels like to me. Probably going to take the Florida. I'll just take Florida puck line at even money. Looks like even money. I'm going to take Florida on the puck line and probably find a way to get to the over. Hey, if they want to keep moving this line under, it's shaded to the under right now. Now, I can't find any 6s out there. I guess I could wait a little while. But sharps are all over the over. So I don't know how it's going to get to, I don't know what's shading this game to the under necessarily. These teams haven't been massive over teams this season. And in fact, I saw some 6s out there. SIA had 6 over 30. Well, I could live with that. That's probably what I can get right now, actually. Talk about bending those totals. But I don't know. Right now, you just got to think with Kachuk. I mean, he's on fire, right? I mean, I would think Kachuk. What's his prop for a hat trick tonight? Let's take the Panthers here, and I'm going to save the over. I think I'm going to go premium there. Salty fly. If I can get over 6, it's an automatic, and probably will. All right. And yeah, they're right. No doubt. Great job by Montreal. That was another factor, right? Montreal coming off of a win, a nice win on the road. Let me give my Canadians some credit here for the win last night. Yeah, back to back. Don't want to miss that statement, that part of the statement. But nice job by Montreal last night to get the win at Columbus, 4-2. I think that was the final, right? All right, next up. Here we go. Islanders and Hurricanes. Sorokin and Tiranta going in this one. You got Hurricanes here, big favorite, and probably like the Hurricanes here at whatever price. Um, it feels like to me they've owned the Islanders in the past, man. They've really dominated the Islanders of any series out there right now. Carolina won the first meeting 4-3 at the Islanders back on uh, November the 4th. The Hurricanes have won 18 of the last 22 meetings. Carolina's also won for their last 5 games. They're 7-2 at home so far this season, and the Islanders are 2-9 as an underdog so far. Now, Hurricanes haven't been great covering puck lines. They are just 7-12 as a puck line favorite so far this season, and the Islanders are 7-4 as a puck line dog. But man, I've got Carolina in a pretty good spot here, and I might be willing to lay it. I think they'll probably end up scoring some goals. As far as the total in this one, the Islanders have gone over in 11 of 11 games as an underdog so far this season. This is for a team that has strictly been 10 overs and 10 unders and a push, I think. But when they are favored, it's an under. When they're an underdog, it seems like it's an over, and it seems like it's going to be an over here tonight as well. It's 6 under. There's no 5.5s, but there were some 5.5s. 5.5 over 20 would have been absolutely delish, but I don't think we can get there anymore. But feels like an over tonight to me. I want Carolina. And I want the over now. I'm going to lay the puck line because I'm not giving out $1.90 on here. Come on, but you can, when I'm recommending a puck line. If you don't want to lay a puck line, I'm recommending the money line as well. If you can tolerate it and you like, I don't have a problem with it. I'll have money line on this game. I'll have puck line. I may even have some -2.5s. But I like the Hurricanes here. -1.5 at +130. That works. And you know what I'm going to do is.
Final.
Oh, I was going to maybe just update and put in there right now for the Carolina line. Well, I think 6 under 20 is fair. I was going to maybe put it 6 flat, but it looks like mostly 6 under 20s everywhere. So that's fair enough. But I like it over. So I was going to move it to 6. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I don't mind Ferner and my stuff is hey, regulation is always in play with me. It's just that I'm really only going to give out a money line or a puck line on this show. It's really the only type of plays that we sell here on the site, other than the props and stuff. But I'm talking about sides and totals. So I kind of just stick to that. Okay, next up, it is the Sabres on the road here against the Blues, and the Blues a slight home favorite here tonight at -$1.20 or so. I'm showing the Blues. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, Bovada's going up to $1.28 or so here right now, and why not? I mean, I like the Blues to win this game against Buffalo here. Even though Buffalo, they've had some pretty decent results so far this season on the road, but the Blues, what can you say? The Blues at home right now, 6-3 so far. At home, yeah, Buffalo 5-5 on the road. In fact, they've been covering puck lines too, big time right now on the road. Right, 9-3 on the puck line for Buffalo on the road so far this season. But St. Louis has won 9 of the last 10 meetings here, but basically 9 of the last 10 years. St. Louis has won this game between these two teams. You look at St. Louis, you know, right now, and at home they've been a pretty decent proposition for sure. Like I said, 6-3 so far, and St. Louis at home right now, plus about they're up almost 4 units at home so far. They're up 3.5 units so far this season in 9 games, if you know what I mean. So, really, to me, that's about 4 units. Kind of like averaging it out to a certain extent. They've had pretty good time of it so far at home, and Buffalo on the road. They're 5-5. Like I said, give them some credit here. Maybe it will be a close game. Maybe they can get the puck line here. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. But for me, I think I'm just going to take St. Louis. I'm not even sure necessarily yet on the total. I'm just going to take St. Louis here. Just for both teams are trending under that right now. Buffalo and St. Louis, both of them have gone under, I believe, in 8 of their last 10 games. Just that Buffalo's games on the road have had some goals. So they have 6-6 on the road over under. So let me just pass on that. I'll take the Blues here in this one. Werner has the Blues in there somewhere. Got to keep going. Got to keep going all these games. Here's the Oilers and the Jets. We still got 6 games to go, and it's already 11 o'clock Eastern. All right. Here are the Jets. Now they're a slight underdog here, right? About even money at home right now in this one against the Oilers. So we're treating the Oilers, pretty good here again. But, Winnipeg's always been able to hang in there against the Oilers. They've always been pretty competitive over the last couple of years in this series. Winnipeg has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games so far. Or 5 of their last 6 games. Edmonton's gone over, however, in 6 of their last 7 games. Edmonton also is 10-6-1 to the over as an underdog, but Winnipeg 3-6 to the under as a dog. 4 of the last 5 meetings here between these two teams have gone under in Winnipeg. I'm sorry, over. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over in Winnipeg. So far, Winnipeg right now, the way they've been playing at home, pretty solid. So far, 6-4-1. Yeah, they've laid the prices as some favorites, and they've lost a couple of games in a row now. They dropped the game to Dallas 2-0. They lost to Nashville on the road 3-2. The Dallas game was at home, and they couldn't score. But I have to like them in this spot, man. Nashville, 8-4 at home. They're on this winning streak right now, having won 6 games in a row. So, and here we're just laying a small. What am I talking about? The Nashville, Winnipeg. Oh, sorry, you guys. Feels like I'm just a robot reading my notes here. Let me get it straight with Winnipeg. They've lost 2 in a row. I just said it, right? They've lost 2 in a row. They've covered 4 of their last 5 on the puck line. That's what I wanted to say about it. Here they are laying a pretty big price as a puck line. Nice return certainly as a puck line favorite. So All right. Winnipeg's done pretty well in this series. I like Winnipeg at home to win this one at even money. Just get me out of here on this game. I pretty much botched this handicap. Just gotta trust me on this one. I like Winnipeg. Um, Not necessarily calling it. Oh, I got some goalie information. I got to update on two games right now. Just information coming in here on a couple of other games, but um, Sharps are split. That's what I feel like, but I'm on Winnipeg. All right. Here's the information coming out on a couple of goalie changes today. Chicago. Earlier, we reported that Chicago as Black with Soderblom as the goalie. Well, we're getting word now it's going to be Mrazek in there in goal. And that line still probably 210, 6.5. One other change, a game we just talked about a few minutes ago, will be for Carolina. And Carolina will have Koshatov in there for Carolina. So no Antti Ranta. Koshatov will be in there for Carolina. Okay. So that's all I have on that right now. Thanks, Ray. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. Abort the handicap. Edit. Yeah. I didn't miss it, Ferner. I was just reading the notes from the. I was reading my notes from the. I should just have it on screen like Tony, all perfect. But um, I do all mine in chicken scratch tonight before I try to, because we're doing a casual show. I mean, Tony records the show, he gives you the pick and everything. You and I were bantering back and forth. I can't. I just got to go off the cuff a little bit. Anyways, let's move to the next game, and I'll take the Panthers. I think I already gave it away here. I like the Panthers in this. Maybe this was my premium actually, and I probably should have not spoiled the beans. But Panthers have been Predators. Predators have been hot. Maybe I'm tired. I feel a lot better though yesterday. Thank you for those well wishes. Predators here in this one, they've been hot right now. They've won the 6 straight games, beating up on everybody here. And hey, maybe we are laying a pretty decent price. Can't, you got a team that's won 6 straight games, and here you're getting them at $1.20 against a team that, well, they just made a coaching change recently. They certainly are, struggling with a 6-10, 6-10-2 record. Nashville 11-10. And I'm willing to lay Nashville here at $1.25, maybe even a dollar. Let me bump it up here. I'll call it $1.30, but I think it's mostly $1.25 right now for the Preds. Nashville covered 5 of the last 6 puck lines, too, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't get the puck line against. Didn't get the puck line there against Winnipeg. Minnesota has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. They've been playing mostly overs so far this season. Nashville at home been a very, very solid under. 3-9 to the under at home. 1-5 to the under as an underdog. But note in this series, 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone over between these two teams. And I don't know. That's kind of the way that I was looking, especially if they're going to hang just a 6 on this game. But I'm not sure. Just give me Nashville here. Feels like that was going to be a premium, and I just let the cat out of the bag. So we'll go with Nashville. I'm really not sure on the total, anyways. Even though I think I'm leaning over in this one. Again, it does bother me that Nashville plays pretty good defense at home, certainly. And Minnesota's been going under of late, so maybe that will be a look. I don't know. All right, here's the Stars and the Flames. Certainly with these two teams. Let's see. Stars 135 on the road. Total here. Ooh. Okay, 6 over. I definitely starting to think we're seeing some juice to the over here. Maybe over 15. We'll just keep it cheap for the most part at this point, but it feels like it's starting to creep even a little bit higher. This one was as low as, I believe, as Bet Rivers had this one at 5.5,
Final.
just over, I think, $1.25 or so. So Dallas right now, playing great. 13-5-2 record. Calgary, they've almost climbed back to 500 here with a 9-10 record. Do have obviously here the main storyline would be the revenge factor. Of course, these teams just played a week ago, and of course, Calgary went in to Dallas and lit them up 7-4. Put up a big time number there. Dallas won the first meeting. This is already the third meeting between these two. Dallas won in Calgary 4-3. So far, these teams have exchanged road victories, which that's been really what's kind of been catapulting Dallas is their good play on the road right now. They're 8-1 on the road so far, absolutely terrific. Calgary, they've been getting puck lines at home, that's for sure. They are 4-1 to the puck line in their last 5 games. The last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over the total. Calgary's gone over in 13 of 22 games so far this season. So a little bit of a price here, I think, to lay with Dallas, but I'm willing to do so. I'm going to take Dallas on the road. They're the best road team right now, obviously, in the league, and averaging,
Final.
they're up 4.2 units so far this year on the road. So let's take Dallas here. I'll lay this price. And let's see here. All right, Ferner, I don't know. I don't think we missed one, did we? I got this big schedule here. Let me know if I missed one. Looks like we got a pick in every game. So, all right. Got to keep going. We're almost done with hockey. We still got to do a little college basketball. So let's talk about Colorado here against Arizona. Colorado, big $2 favorite on the road. Whatever. You know this is a great spot. Come on, this is a great spot for our Coyotes, isn't it? Yeah, Colorado. I'm showing down to $1.90 at some spots, but still $2.10 at some square shops as well. But I don't know. I'm gonna probably have to favor the Coyotes here in this one. Feels like a much better spot. Like I said, I'm pretty high on Connor Ingram in goal for Arizona. Yeah, the other goalie is also doing pretty well, but Arizona, they are 10-4 as a puck line underdog so far this season. Now, do note that Colorado has a pretty good puck line record. They are 12-8 as a puck line favorite, and Arizona has not really been getting their puck lines at home as much, but I'm going to have to take them here at minus $1.45. Give me Arizona on the puck line here tonight, and that total at 6.5 under 20. Well, I probably lean to the over, but it might end up, maybe it'll be. Gosh, I guess it won't. I don't think it's going to be 4-2 because that would not get my puck line home. Maybe the Coyotes will win. I'll take them on the puck line here. Nothing on the total here just yet. All right. Capitals and Ducks. And this one, well, the Capitals have moved to the favorite, it looks like, for the most part, at many of the books right now. Maybe I even have to call it as high as $1.20 because I'm showing. So, what gives, right? I hear all the experts, all the hockey people that I'm listening to. This total has definitely dropped down here to 6/20 at minimum. Telling me that the Capitals are old, the Capitals are overrated, they're a fluke. I've been the other way, right? I was like, when the Capitals got off to that slow start, I was ready to bury them as well. But I've been impressed with what they've been doing. Now, are they going to fade? Maybe. Are they one of the oldest teams in the league? Okay, whatever. I go on results. I go on what's line in the pockets, right? I have a good hockey record. I want to still kind of back the Capitals for the most part. Now, am I having to lay a little bit of a price here? Yeah, maybe so. And this has always been a close game when they've played in Anaheim, it seems like. But right now, Washington, having won 7 of their last 10 games, 5-2 as a favorite so far this season, straight up. And, they weren't scoring. They still have problems on the power play. We know that that's probably their, biggest issue. And they're still clicking right now and doing very, very well. So Washington's been getting puck lines too, but they've mostly been an underdog. So Washington is a puck line favorite. It's 1-6. But again, you're getting $2 to take them here today. I'm going to take Washington on the road to beat Anaheim tonight. And I had some lean here to the total. Let me see. So far, what we've seen is the sharps. To me, those get sharp guys are on Capitals. Who isn't? If the average handicapper talking head out there is like, this Washington team is fluky, overrated, and all that. So odds makers are just putting a bigger price on them here for some reason, just to give you underdog Sharpies more money when you win with the Ducks. Well, whatever the case may be, I'm not even sure on the total at this point, but I'll take the Capitals. And the champs will take on the Canucks on the road here tonight, with the Canucks favorite at home at $1.20, 6.5 under 20. You got Vegas coming in here, having gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Vancouver, they've been hanging in there when they've played Vegas. It's always a close game, it seems like. Was 4-3 last time. They haven't played yet this season, but played 2-goal games or 1-goal games in 3 of the last 5 games when these two teams have met. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. But again, first meeting of the year for the Golden Knights and Canucks. All right, here we go. Anyways, the Knights here as an underdog hasn't happened too much so far this season. This is just the 5th time they'll be an underdog. They've won 3 of 4 games as an underdog. Vancouver's been a terrific favorite. They're 8-1 at home so far this season. They're 9-3 straight up as a favorite. Vancouver, one of the talks of the league, one of the most profitable teams so far this season. They've been pretty terrific, especially at home with that record. They're up already in 10 games so far, 3 3/4 units. Vegas is on a losing streak right now, having dropped 3 straight games. They lost to Edmonton 5-4. They lost to Calgary 2-1, and they lost to Arizona 2-0. And on the road, they are 3-3, but they are a negative proposition on the road. They're down 1 3/4 units, but here they are a dog. So, anyways, tonight let me grab this one here. Tonight in the game with Vegas and Vancouver, and that total. Maybe I'm going to play the total here. Let's see. All right, we can go. Let's do a double. The final game, I want to do a double play. I want to do a double play. Maybe I need a graphic or something. Now here's Mike on the Knights. Hopefully, you guys are sticking with me. The comments, either they're slow or nobody really has many opinions on this hockey card tonight. So let me go Vancouver. Let me go over. I've got Vancouver and the over a double play tonight on the ice on this big card. Why not? Let's do it. That'll give me, solid card here. Thanks a lot, you guys, for listening to me there on hockey. And this is what you came for, right? Our record been pretty strong in the NHL on the show and on the site. Okay, college basketball, 4 games, and I'll get you out of here. Unless you guys got some requests for some of the games, I'm okay with that. All right, the first one's good, isn't it? With Liberty and FAU. Liberty favored in this one. I'm sorry, FAU's favored, of course, by 7.5, and the total here has dropped to 144. And this total just keeps dropping. You know who's on this total? Those Sharps, whoever they are.
System play.
They're the ones on this total. Let me get these papers out of the way so I can look at the Steam here and see what has happened here with this one. Because this total, this total's gone down, no doubt about it, since we've been on the air here, and pretty much a steady stream of action here from the Sharps. And man, it's just something that I would have to believe in, whether I agreed with it or not. These guys are probably going to be right more often than not in a spot like this. They hit it at 146 in this one. I would think it's good to go. Yeah, there's been a little bit of action on the over. Certainly, there's been a few moves, but um, so far, FAU 2-3 to the under as a favorite. Liberty comes in with a 5-0 record, 5-0 spread record so far, and 6-0 straight up record at one uh, game against a non-Division One opponent so far. FAU, of course, comes in 5-1 and 4-2 against the spread. Of course, their loss was an upset to Bryant, no doubt about it. But they bounced back with wins over Butler, over Texas A&M, and over Virginia Tech. Look at that. Take this into account. I don't know what you're taking into account for, but Florida Atlantic beat Texas A&M 96-89. Texas A&M just scored 40. What did they score? 48 points last night against Virginia? 46, whatever it was. They scored half as many points against Florida Atlantic, pretty much as they did against Virginia. So, or scored half as many points against Virginia as they did against Florida Atlantic. Wow. All right. Well, I think in this one, I'm gonna go under here. I'm not sure on the side yet necessarily. Florida Atlantic's been terrific. Liberty's obviously got a pretty good team, and um, kind of rates pretty close to me against the spread here right now. I'm not willing to make the call. There's you see Elon Musk there in that interview. Uh, was pretty fun. Pretty funny. I'm going to take the under in this one with Liberty and Florida Atlantic. So, who are these Sharps? I don't know, but I don't think Joe Square is walking up to the window at 11 in the morning and hammering the under here on Liberty and Florida Atlantic. Give me the under. All right, Texas Tech and Butler here, 6:30 Eastern and 3:30 Pacific. Butler comes in with a 5-2 record so far, and Texas Tech comes in with a 5-1 record. Two decent clubs so far this season. And I don't know. It seems like there's probably going to be plenty of support from the talking heads, I would think, on Texas Tech in this game. But remember, it is Butler that has the 6-1 spread record so far. Texas Tech is just 2-4 against the spread for all of those wins we've talked about here so far this season. Butler seems to be kind of the class at this point, spread wise. They're also 5-0 so far at Hinkle. Now, the Sharps have definitely come in here over the last hour or two, it seems like, on Butler, but the widely the widely reported steam was indeed on Butler.
Final.
It was on Butler and the under. Texas Tech on the road, they've covered their only road game so far this season. So even though they are 2-4 ATS, they did cover a game on the road so far. It was the game at Michigan, the game they just won at Michigan. But Howard got ejected, I think. Texas Tech, though, just 5-14 straight up on the road, dating back to last year. Butler, 4-1. Let's see. I've got them. Let me look at the actual results. I've got them undefeated at home, but one of them may have been a neutral. If I could just peek it. Oh yeah, the FAU game. They lost to FAU 91-86. So just 3 true home games so far this season for Butler. Those first 3 home games against easy competition, no doubt. But they're still Butler. Come on. I'd probably prefer Butler in this game. Let's take them here, -1, look, it's already up to, maybe it'd be nice to update the spread. I'll put it at 3. Looks like the move's already to 3 here, as they've been hitting Butler here. I'm showing 3 at Bovada. 2.5 pretty much everywhere else. All right. Creighton and Oklahoma State in this one at Gallagher-Iba. And Oklahoma State, they're getting 8 points here. Total 142. It's going up. Total's going up. I'm showing it up as high as 143, 143.5 right now. We've seen a move here, certainly on the total higher with Creighton and Oklahoma State. All right, Creighton comes into this one with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss so far this season. Oklahoma State is 3-3. I think there'll be plenty of people back in Creighton here on the shows today. So far, Oklahoma State 3-1 against the spread at home so far this season. Creighton is 4-2 to the number. They also covered their only true road game so far this season. So this total just keeps going up, man. This thing opened as low as 138, and now it's up to 143. I mean, I kind of liked the over coming in. I mean, why wouldn't you? When you think of the two teams, now I don't. Oklahoma State's 3-1 to the over in their home games. Creighton went over in their only true road game at this point. This is a good home court, man, for Oklahoma State. I know Creighton's good, but Oklahoma State still wins games on this home floor. All right. I'm going to go. I've got to go over in this one. There's nothing I can do at this point. I'm not going premium here, having missed out on maybe as many as 5 or 6 points. It feels like it will be a high-scoring game. what let me look at the latest total here. Make sure maybe it is. I thought I saw 143.5. That's the only reason why I'm hesitating here. I'm not hesitating. I mean, I'm giving it out. I'm going with this game as my free play. So 142.5 for the most part. There's 143 at DraftKings, at Bet Online. So give me the over here with this one. One more, and I'll let you go. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Went a little long, as always. Here's Hawaii and Utah. This one will be played at the Delta Center, not the Huntsman Center, tonight. And it looks like it's 11.5 and 144.5. So they were pounding the under early in this one. It might have been in the old head fake because so far it seems like it's been strictly on the over by the Sharps. And I don't know. I was like all excited. Can Hawaii, keep this one in range here? They've been a nice cover so far, having covered 3 of their 4 games. Hawaii comes in undefeated right now, 5-0. I shouldn't say keep it close. They've been the ones covering spreads, and they're kind of getting some talk here a little bit with their undefeated start.
Final.
Utah's 4-2, 4-2 against the spread, 2-2 at home. Don't know, if you want to call this a home game. I mean, they are the home team. Hawaii is traveling in. The crowd will be all pro, but it's not at their campus gym. This one's in the pro arena here. So far, Utah 3-1 to the over at home. Like I said, whether or not you think of this as a home game, they are 4-2 to the over overall so far this season. And Hawaii, familiar opponent here with Utah to a certain extent, but again, they played each other in the past anyway. So Utah has actually won 7 of the last 9. I mean, they were old conference foes, so this one goes way back. Probably not even worth discussing. So I better just make the call on this one and get you guys out of here. Like I said, they were rolling in early on the under, and it looked pretty solid here. But I'm gonna try Hawaii here to stay within the money. They've looked pretty good so far this season. I think they keep it within single digits. Let's go with the Rainbows tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate everybody joining me today here on the Mornings Team. We'll be back tomorrow with college football previews, more NBA, NHL, and college basketball as well. And we'll catch you here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with the Mornings Team. Join me in the Discord. Appreciate you guys very much. Really happy that you were able to spend part of your morning here with me. So, all right. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.